test recording on Pop OS on the laptop, the Hewlett-Packard Pavilion 14-inch with the Pentium Gold and the Bang & Olufsen audio. Well, it says Bang & Olufsen, but it's labelled totally different. So let's see if we can move things about. Let's go to, we don't want that. Escape from that. Go to workspaces, and I'll move this to another one, and then we're golden. Great, we've got a screen to ourselves now. Nice. So let's have a look at the applications that I've got on here so far. Installed Audacity. I think right then, because I didn't have the touchpad particularly working, I had to tab around the menu options when I was installing it. I didn't really manage to dodge having it encrypted, so it's now encrypted. But that doesn't matter. I can, it's no ball ache, is it? In fact, it's a safety feature. So, what have I installed? I've installed a load of stuff, and I did it from the command line. So, I did it from the terminal, and I brought in. Oh dear, I don't want to do that. I brought in Audacity, the GIMP, Hydrogen, Inkscape, Kdenlive, LMMS, Simple Screen Recorder, and VLC Media Player. Unless there's something else it's put in a different place for me. Came with LibreOffice, obviously, everything except for bass. I don't know why it doesn't have bass, but that's just a thing. Yeah, it seems to be, that's about it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come out of that. I'm going to right click and change desktop. Where is it? Change background. Boom. I'm going to add my picture. I've got it set in tiling because I do like that. I do like that quite a lot. It's quite a bit good. Obviously it takes these as floating windows regardless. So where would it be? Downloads. Boom. What do I want? I quite like that one. I don't want to be in space, I want to be on Earth. So let's be on Earth. And that should be us now. There we go. That's a bit of alright, isn't it? I quite like that. Sepia, little standing stone, there's runic inscriptions on it, and the hillside and the trees. And boy oh boy, so happy bunny. Yeah, this is replacing Debian on the Hewlett-Packard because I figure this is going to have better connectivity than Debian will give me, especially with regards to plugging in iPhones and stuff like that. And a newer kernel, a much newer kernel in fact. So yeah, just a quick reporting in because, something to do. I've got a day off. We can have a little look at let's go to system, just show what we're pushing, bearing in mind that we are on GNOME shell. Albeit adapted by the Pop OS gang. It's going to look a bit heavy, and we're screencasting as well, so let's see what we get. Well, the cores ain't too overstretched, are they? They're at 20%, all 4 cores, using 2.6 gig of RAM, which is crazy. But then again, that means it's being used. My RAM is being used, which is what it's there for. As long as the machine isn't struggling or overheating or blowing the fan all the while, it shouldn't be a problem. And indeed it isn't. I used to be so precious about, oh my god, the RAM usage is so high. If it's running software that's going to enable you to use your computer better, and if it reallocates the RAM back to the system when it's needed, where's the problem? You've got the RAM there. Use the bugger. But anyway, I'm also starting to warm to GNOME shell. Get me. I quite like it, and it does seem to make sense. So for some applications, I'm still a devoted XFCE buddy, and that's what I've got on my MX, obviously, on the main machine. Yes, so enough said, innit? Tutty bye, see you in the next one. Oh, actually, just before I go, little recap. What have I got on what? What have I got on what? Main desktop machine, MX 21.1, or is it 21.2? I don't know. The latest MX. On this laptop here, Pop OS 2204. On the Satellite Pro, I've got What OS, which is based on Debian. On the tiny little rubbish one that I got for about 100 quid not so long ago, that's gone back to Windows 10. On the little shuttle, I've got B&O Linux, and do you know what? I can't remember what. I think probably Debian. On the laptop upstairs that I use for streaming BBC iPlayer and YouTube while I'm in bed watching telly effectively, that's got B&O Linux Solid Assembly on. And yeah, I've got a few machines, but none of them are particularly racehorses or hardcore gaming machines. I've got a bunch of machines with a bunch of operating systems on, and it's a little bit difficult to keep tab. So if you see another video like in 5 minutes and I've got a totally different operating system on it, it's not because I've hopped, it's because I've got that operating system on that machine, which I'll be running at the time, maybe for, I don't know, topping up the battery or updating, you know. Such is the life of a Linux user. Anyway, live long and prosper, nanu nanu, and blessed be, hey. Wow, seamless, isn't it? It's so good. Adios.